Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Today, this article comes from World of Real, and it reads, Mike Flanagan's Hush is finally getting released in theaters. Very cool that this film's actually getting a big screen debut. This film's actually been out for like 8-9 years. I remember actually watching it on Netflix, and I thought it was a pretty cool film, but it looks like they're going to be bringing it out to the big screen. So I wonder if this is going to become a thing for films that didn't really get a big release, but then they say, oh, these things got like a cult-like following. We think we can make some money on it. We've kind of already made money on it with the deal that we had with Netflix, and it's a small budget, so it's going to be easy to recoup even more. So I wonder if that's going to become a thing, but let's read this article a little more. This past summer, Mike Flanagan got the full rights back to his 2016 horror gem Hush, which is still the best film of his career. He took full advantage of this opportunity to set up a 4K release. However, there's even better news coming down his way. It turns out that Hush, which premiered on Netflix 8 years ago, is finally receiving a U.S. theatrical release. It's set to hit theaters on October 16th. This would, technically speaking, easily make it one of the best released horror films of 2024. Seek it out if you haven't seen it yet. Hush, co-written by Flanagan's wife and longtime collaborator Katie Siegel, is a film that turns the screws of tension, flipping cat and mouse cliches over their head. Siegel stars as the lead character, a deaf writer who retreats to the woods to work in solitude, only to be terrorized by a masked killer. The use of sound in this film is out of this world. Flanagan keeps playing with the silent terror his main character has to endure, but also noises she's unable to hear. In a way, this is Flanagan's subtle tribute to 1967's Wait Until Dark, which had Audrey Hepburn starring as a blind woman who faces her own tormentors in a brutal home invasion. As for the 4K home release, a restored version of the original cut, as well as a new black and white shush cut with remixed audio are part of the package. It's currently available to order online. Flanagan is really hot these days, amassing a large fan base due to his ultra-popular Netflix shows, The Fall of the House of Usher, Midnight Mass, The Haunting of Hill House, which is a really good show. He also just won the TIFF People's Choice Award for The Life of Chuck, which was recently acquired by Neon. Flanagan's more notable films include Dr. Sleep, Oculus, and Gerald's Game. So I must say Flanagan has a pretty good filmography, and as far as television shows, he is doing very well. Dr. Sleep is a very underrated film. It's actually the sequel to The Shining film, so it follows the rest of Danny's life after the events of The Shining. Very good movie, very underrated film. Dr. Sleep is really solid. Oculus, another underrated horror film. That's probably one of my favorite horror films, to be honest. That's another underrated one that a lot of people don't know about or haven't seen. Oculus is great. Gerald's Game, I haven't heard about that one, but yeah, a lot of these shows and movies that this guy has done, he's done a lot of good stuff, and his wife is a frequent collaborator. I know she is in The Haunting of Hill House. She's also in that sequel, Bly Manor, I believe. I believe she's in Bly Manor. Overall, this is good news for Flanagan and the horror genre for October 2024. If you haven't seen Hush, please go watch that. I think watching it in theater with a new 4K res on it is going to be great. And so that's all I got, guys, for news on Hush hitting theaters October 16th, which is going to be next weekend. So let me know down in the comments, have you seen this film before? Do you intend to watch this film in theaters? Did you know that it was going to get a release in theaters? Let me know down below what you think about this. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and as always, share with a friend. It's Neff signing off.